We've looked at adult learning, at the importance of learning objectives for every program, the ways the virtual environment is different from face-to-face, and at a number of platform and social media tools that can support participant engagement. We've talked a little bit about what SMEs need to know. So now let's see how all this might come together before, during, and after your webinars. What could you do to engage participants before the webinar? Tweet your ideas or type them in shared notes. What kinds of things do you think you might do? Some of the things you might think about before the webinar are to do, a webinar-specific website. Add your ideas to these. Articles or blogs to read, questions to answer. Actually, we tried some conversation on Twitter the last couple of days, and one of the challenges you have is that people don't always respond to that. So what else might you do? Okay, besides these, think about how you could do what things might help your particular audience, because what it is going to depend on your content, and it's going to depend on the kinds of things that you want your people to do and that they have the capability of doing. Some of the social media tools might not work for your organization, so you need to think about that too. During the webinar, what kinds of things that you can do, what kinds of things that can you do during the program to engage participants? Tweet or share those that you might see. Type them into the shared notes. Some of the things that you might think about are beginning with a soft opener, like that's what the map we did at the beginning is what's known as a soft opener. We did it before the program started. All the things that we've been doing for the last 45 or 50 minutes and that we're doing here are things that you can do during the program, and you just kind of have to try and schedule something about every 4 or 5 minutes for the most active engagement. Because if you don't engage them during the program, things can happen like they're checking email, they'll minimize your screen and not pay attention to what you're saying. Hopefully, I'm not experiencing that with any of you, that you are remaining engaged and active, and I'll be interested in seeing your feedback about what you thought about this. So after the program, what could you do to engage participants afterwards? And while you're thinking about that, there's one thing I want to mention that I forgot to during the program, and that's having an interactive handout. My handout, if you'll notice, is not the slides, and there are places where I've pointed things out or asked you to write things down. That's engaging with the handout. It can be filling in the blank, or it could be anything you want somebody to reflect on. It's okay if what you've typed there on the screen piles up on what I've put there. That's absolutely fine. Sometimes, you want to kind of think about how much control do you really need, and if that kind of stuff, people pile up or, people doodle around on the screen, that's okay. Don't make it a big issue. Webinars are a little bit more relaxed, and that's why it's important, too, to set ground rules at the beginning, which we didn't do here, because I kind of wanted to just let it go and see what happens. So, but in something that's important content for a program that you're offering, that you want to make sure people get the content, you might want to consider setting some ground rules about turning cell phones off, not turning off their email, not playing with annotation notes, annotation tools, unless you're specifically requested to.